Look at my tripod contraption because this sketchbook is too big and I needed to put it on the floor in order to be able to see it. Yo, what's up? How are y'all doing today? So today, I got not one, not two, but 3 sketchbooks to tour for you guys today. So here's a funny story. You can skip ahead to the first sketchbook with the timestamp here if you want to skip this whole intro thing and just get into it. Pretty much in my last video, I mentioned how I never was able to fill a whole sketchbook, so I have a bunch of unfinished sketchbooks here, and I figured might as well tour them, and I got a new sketchbook. My sister went to Michael's and was like, hey, could you get me a sketchbook? So I got a brand new sketchbook that I'm going to start, and you know what? I think where I went wrong with these ones is I was trying something new, trying something different, and it just didn't work. I gotta stick with what's classic, you know, a good old mixed media 7x10 sketchbook. So yeah, I guess I'll just start in chronological order. I'll just put these off here for now. So get comfy, get cozy, grab a snack, a drink, maybe some water. Don't forget to drink water. I forgot to drink water the other day and I passed out. It was really bad. Oh, also, sorry if the lighting's kind of weird. I was waiting all day for this guy to stop mowing his lawn. He was literally mowing for like 4 hours. And then by the time he finally stopped, it got cloudy, and now I think it's gonna rain. So sorry if you hear rain or like background noise at all. I'm kind of over waiting for him to be done. So if he starts mowing his lawn again, cope. You'll see a common theme in here is I leave a lot of space, and I try to usually fill up my sketchbooks as much as I can, but with this one, it's, compared to that, it doesn't look that much bigger, but when you're drawing and you're trying to fill up a lot of space, it takes a lot longer. Also, I'm not even gonna pretend like the design on the front is cute. Enough mumbling, let's get into it. So here's my first page. I got some new watercolor paints when I also got the sketchbook, so I was just testing them out with some leaves and some colored pencils. Here, me and my cousins were all drawing together and we were doing an art challenge. I didn't finish it because I didn't like the way it was going. Nothing over here, common theme. On this page, I was trying to design a gift for my stagecraft teacher. So I made a little pin for him, and it kind of ends up looking like this, but not as unique. I did these bad boys while I was in the back of a car on a road trip, and with the leftover paints that I made for this picture, I just colored them in. And on this side, again, I'm using those watercolor paints that I got. I just got like the 3 primary colors, and I actually mixed all of these colors, so that was kind of fun to practice. And I love how cute she is in her little flower hair. Here's when I was planning for my Etsy store, but that never happened, so this was also when I got really busy with school and I severely underestimated how much work goes into an Etsy store. So if you like an artist with an Etsy store, go buy something from them because that takes a lot of stinking work. So yeah, I had this idea to do like fruit birds. Like I combine a tropical bird and a fruit together. So here I was just like writing out all my ideas. Here's some stuff for Etsy packaging that I never did. And here's some sketches for some birds. I love that guy and that guy. Over here, again, another idea for my Etsy that I never ended up doing. Maybe I'll get around to it one day, but here are just some brainstorm sketches of some ideas of birds, more birds. I think I also have the digital files, so if you guys want a digital art tour, store. I could probably get that. So yeah, I just like sketched these and then I colored them digitally. More planning on this page, kind of thinking like how the set would look. Here's the palette that I wanted. Very rainbow. Here's a banana toucan. This one's actually on my Pinterest. I don't really post that much there, but I kind of want to get back into it because it's really fun. Here's a little mango bird.
Here's the one and only Mangucci.
And the cherry birds again, but like how I want the sketch to be, you know? Pineapple bird, how I want the sketch to be, and a watermelon bird. I was thinking of other ideas, but I kind of wanted to just stick with the ones I had. Over here, I wanted to practice lighting a little bit more, but I used a fun color scheme to make it fun for me. Also did some stuff in a style I don't normally do. I wanted to like experiment a little bit because I felt like I was drawing the same things over and over again, kind of like this, like same face syndrome. On this side, I just filled the page with butterflies during class. A random piece of paper, and me measuring stuff for my Etsy for the birds again. Never end up doing that. Okay, this page. Okay, this is when Bad Guys came out, so I drew the wolf from Bad Guys. Here's Cat Noir, but he turned out really creepy looking. Here's Captain Rex, Spider-Man, Zuko, Naveen from Princess and the Frog, and Link is number one. He's my number one crush of all time, but I ran out of space and I forgot to put him, so. But I really like how this one turned out. And we're not gonna talk about that one, okay?
Also, sorry for pausing, but I need to add this. Why the heck did I just move it out of the frame? The whole purpose of me sitting on the floor was so that I got it in frame. I'm actually stupid.
On this side, right here is actually, I ripped it out of this sketchbook a while ago, but it was my Laguna drawing that I did. I made a short of it, but like here's my little thumbnail for it and just the testing of colors. Actually right here. Yeah, so here's that. It was just like right here, and I ripped it out because I kind of liked how this turned out. Oh, and on the back, so I guess it kind of goes like that, but here's a spread I did. See, like, there's so much empty space, like, I don't normally leave that much space, like, by the time I got to, like, this side, I was just so done. This one kind of looks like Timmy Turner, for some reason. Failed, and this page is so empty, oh my gosh. But me and my friend were drawing together, and we were doing that challenge where there's like a bunch of pixels and then you have to try and see what you see in it. This is what I saw. I don't even know what it is, like a golem or something. Here's a project I did for school. I had designed costumes for Mamma Mia. Never seen Mamma Mia, but I know there's like a dynamo scene and like a wedding scene, so I designed like a wedding dress and like a disco kind of thing. Here's Mango! So cute! Let me make sure I don't need to blur any of this out. No, okay.
This is all just writing for my Etsy.
Here's Mango the monkey. She's one of my OCs. She's a little mango parrot. I love her so much. Yeah. Here's a mermaid I never finished. Here's me drawing the letter E over 1,000,000 times. I think I was just testing out a pen.
Or this is when I was starting to lose my sanity.
And here's a little pen doodle. And that's it. That's the last thing I've put in here. Oh my gosh, that was like a month ago, or a year ago from whenever this comes out. That's weird. Okay. So yeah, there's that sketchbook. Oh, there's a little thing on the back. I was just not really feeling it, you know? Like, when I was here, like, I started this in April, and when I got to here, I was just so unmotivated to keep filling this out when it was just so big. Yeah, well, there's that one. Now we're gonna move on to the second one. Oh, this one's a lot smaller. Let me... Oh, hoo-hoo, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry, oh, hoo-hoo. I love you, I promise. I use your markers and everything. I love you. But, yeah, I'm not really a fan of the sketchbook. I'm sorry if that's a hot take, but I just don't really like the paper in this sketchbook, you know? I usually use watercolors and markers and paint and everything. And this sketchbook only really works if you're using markers, which is great if you like just using markers. And it works really good with the hoo-hoo markers and everything, but it only works with alcohol-based markers and nothing else. That's kind of why I gave up in the sketchbook. I did make it pretty far. I only have a few pages left. Oh, and if you're wondering where I got all these stickers, I got them at a bath bomb store. These are probably all stolen art, so... Probably should have had Fred on here instead of Tom Nook. You get it? I was just... Again, I wasn't really feeling it, so... Let's just get into it. Are we lined up? Yes, okay. Sorry, just want to make sure. If I'm filming on the floor, I might as well, like, get it in frame, you know? Foreshadowing. Meet the artist tag. This is also from 2022. And you know what? I'm actually an idiot. I'm on Sketchbook 12 and I wrote Sketchbook 11 up here. All of these were supposed to be my Sketchbook 12. I don't know what it is. I think I'm just cursed. Like, sketchbook number 12 is just cursed to never actually be fully realized and exist. Anyway, yeah. It's funny because, like, some of this stuff has changed and it's really funny. This side, oh, what? Okay, here's just some ideas that I had for videos or, like, just things to draw. And these are also some of my original characters, but, I don't know. Hang on, let me see if I can find them because this is like a whole thing. So, I have these things that I made when I was a kid called Perler Bee Girls. Yeah, I have a lot of characters. So, like, when I was a kid, my favorite thing, and I still really want to do this one day, is just, like, you know those worlds where there's just a bunch of girls and they just have their own little houses and they just exist, you know? And they just, like, go on little silly adventures in their own world. Kind of like Strawberry Shortcake, Lala Loopsy, you know, My Little Pony. Like, here are all of these characters. I will probably make a video on these and explain all of them because I honestly really love these and they're my babies. But this is her. Her name is Aqua. Wow, I know, so original. Totally doesn't look like somebody I know at all. And here is Fro, that's his name, because he has an afro. So, yeah, random tangent aside, that's that. Over here, I was thumbnailing ideas for my welcome page. And over here, I just have a little spread that I made with pen. Pen and, like, water-based markers are my favorite combination. Nothing like a good pen page. Here's just some Splatoon OC ideas. Here's a little page I made. Me and my sister were doing this thing where we closed our eyes and we picked a color from, like, all the colors of the rainbow, and then we had to make a picture with all of the markers, all of our hoo-hoo markers with that color. So I got Y, so I had to use all the YRs. I think I actually explained this in a video. Now on this side, oh my gosh, I love this so much. Speaking of, like, lollipsies and stuff, here's, why do I keep, like, breaking my arm? My OC's, her name is Casey. Really cute. She didn't always used to look like this. I redesigned her, so I'm really happy with how she looks. I love the pop of hot pink. And I thought it'd be fun to do the art style challenge, but I kind of gave up after 2. So I drew her as a Monster High character. I think I did okay. I don't know what monster she's is. I just gave her, like, pointy ears and called it a day. And I drew her as a Lala Loopsy character. Gave her, oh gosh, what's her name? Dynamite? dynamite, whatever, the glasses, so really cute. This is the sketchbook I also had when I started my YouTube channel. So if you see a lot of, oh, I guess I had that one too, but if you see a lot of stuff that's familiar, that's probably where it's from. So I made a short on me coloring this in too. I really like how this turned out. I still think it holds up. I really like this one. And I gave her watermelon because I love watermelon. And yeah. Just scribbled over the back side of that. And here's a spread, but I really hate it, so we're skipping that. Kind of going along with the art style thing, I wanted to draw her in the Splatoon style, so I sketched it and I was gonna color it digitally, but I never got around to it. But I really like how that turned out. I think I did a good job capturing the style. Over here, another spread I don't really like, except for that, but the rest is kind of really ugly. Practicing realism, I don't know how well I still got a long way to go for that. On this side, I also was gonna make this a video, but I never ended up posting it. It turned out really bad in my opinion. None of the colors match each other. She's literally pink. She's supposed to be a skin tone, you know, but I mean, no offense if you... Okay, I'm just gonna move on. I'm digging myself in too deep of a hole. Same thing for this one. I was intending on filming this and making it into a video, but I just really hate how the coloring turned out. I tried to do this thing where I just put a flat color and then I put it on top to see if the colors would be more cohesive. In my opinion, it just made it a little muddy, but I do really like how the line art came out. That was probably my favorite part.
Aw, I really like this page.
There's a bunch of girls with colored hair. I tried to sketch all of my OCs on one page, or like my ideas for OCs, I guess. So here's My Little Pony OC. Monique, you've probably already seen her in a video or a short or something. Casey, I love Casey. She's so cute. Chess, she's like an alien. It's a whole thing. And Dee Dee, my disco astronaut. On this page, my friend stole my sketchbook and drew in it. And then this happened, so yeah, protect your pencil pages, I guess. The night before Nintendo Direct, so I drew very bad Squid Sisters. Anyway, and then I went back to school. I went on Pinterest to look at all the clothes that I wanted, but I will never get. Here on this page, I drew Shiver, Fry, and Big Man on the day that the Splatoon Direct came out. And I was like rushing because I really wanted to get my theory and my idea out, and not gonna say I called it, but I did. Here's some portraits. These are really bad, but not as bad as what's underneath. Here was in a video. This is just like a random sketch. I promise I draw better than this. It's just every single sketch that's in all my sketchbooks so far are all just thumbnails for actual pieces that I do instead. Which, you know, I'd argue that's kind of the point of your sketchbook, to just like sketch, you know, plan things out for your art or whatever, but I sometimes wish my sketchbooks were more like cohesive and put together like everybody else's online that I see. So anyway, my Splatoon OC, well, it's supposed to be me, my Splatoon Sona, I guess, but I never finished it. Drew a little Spider-Man. I was gonna fill this whole page, you know, make it all cool, but didn't even finish one. Sorry, I had to go grab a sticky note because there's some personal information right there. Trying to think of all the things that I liked and disliked. Yeah, this is dislike. We do not like this. Ooh, okay, this is actually probably my favorite part of the sketchbook. Even though it's, people probably have no idea what's going on right now. This is my Inktober page, so Here's my thumbnails for every single Inktober that I did. And in order to keep track of all the sketches, because how I do it is I like do a few at a time. Like I'd film like 4 or 5 in a day. So when I was really busy at school or something, I'd have time to, like, I'd have a makeup day or like a catch-up day if I couldn't like keep up with the pace. Towards the end, I was filming, editing, and posting on the exact same day because my life just got really busy towards the end. Also, you know, with like Halloween and everything. So yeah, that was fun. But like, here are all the ideas. I had. Sorry, big man. I'm gonna put this right here. So yeah, like Rosalina, Spanky, underrated Nintendo character in my opinion.
All of the scribbles and circles are just a way to keep track of the ones that I already did.
I'm really proud of how all the final pictures turned out. Some I didn't end up doing, like Zelda or, you know. These were just thumbnails, so maybe I'll make them one day. I was practicing drawing Urbosa's abs. Gotta get the details in there, you know? It's also really fun trying to find all the songs for each of them, because that's another really big interest of mine. I love Nintendo music. Yeah, I love Nintendo, clearly, if you cannot tell. On this page, I drew Monique, breakdancing OC. She's like a B-girl, so her thing is like hip-hop, so it's really fun. I really like drawing interesting poses and stuff, so that's why I made her. Because I was like, I want to draw these fun dancing poses, so I might as well like work smarter, not harder, and make an OC out of it. She usually has these bubble braids, so I wanted to like, you know, if she took all those out, her hair would be ridiculously long. I drew these during school. I think this was English class. Yeah, it was. And this was during digital literacy. I really like how this sketch turned out though. It's really cute. My friend also drew my sketchbook over there. Planning on drawing something from my friends. Didn't get around to it. You know who you are if you're seeing this. This is Dee Dee. And I have a whole story for her. She's like a disco astronaut, so she like DJs, you know, disco. And her space helmet is a disco ball. The story in my head is like her kids get kidnapped by space pirates and her husband too, and she has to go to like all these different worlds to save it. Kind of like a video game format, like a Mario game or something. I was not feeling very good that day. Nothing on these pages. Here's Lindsay Sterling. I really like her music. It's pretty cool. And I went to go see her at a concert. So I just drew her in some of my favorite albums. Or my favorite songs that she's made. Here I was getting really self-conscious about my art. Also, in a really big art block. I was like in a big, like, I've never had my art block like span out for such a long time. Like I draw, like between each of these is like a month in between each of these pages, and I didn't even finish the sketchbook. So yeah, I was feeling really bad art block during this time, but also not at the same time. Like I'd feel inspired to draw, but I would not want to draw my sketchbook. I'd literally want to draw on anything else but that. So like I have a stack of papers all from, you know, 2022. But yeah, I was feeling really self-conscious about my art, so I tried to do something more realistic because I was like, I want to do something else besides just cartoon. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, nothing on this page. Yeah, this was like in October or something, and nothing on these pages. And now we're in December. For this spread, I actually filmed this and everything, but the camera angle was so bad in this video that you couldn't even see me drawing half the time. When I was drawing, my hand would be like this in front of the picture, and I'd be like coloring like this, and you couldn't even see the entire time. So that was really fun. But I decided to draw a clown, Christmas clowns. I thought it was really cute, so I combined like candy cane, Christmas tree clown, gingerbread clown, because gingerbread, that inspired the whole thing. I feel like gingerbread men kind of look like clowns with their little squiggly frosting. And then a cinnamon, hot cocoa. That's not even the same thing. Clown. Then over here, just a little sketch, you know, in a different style. And that's the last thing in this sketchbook. You do not let anything go to waste in this household, so I will still probably end up using this paper whenever I want to draw, just like rip it out. Yeah, so I'm done. Cool. Now we're on to the third and final sketchbook for this video. On the front, we have a painting I did with gouache. Still trying to get used to gouache paint, but it's of my OC. She doesn't have a name, so I just call her Space Mermaid. She's a mermaid that flies around. Flies? I guess she flies? Does she fly or does she swim? She flies or swims around in space. Little thing here because it actually has my name, like all the school information, but I don't really feel like doxing myself, so here's it's my school sketchbook. So I had a watercolor class, so this is watercolor paper. It's a watercolor sketchbook, and this one's gonna go by pretty quick because it's just all thumbnails and me messing around with watercolor paints in here, but I thought I'd include it because I'm pretty sure, like, this is the farthest I filled out a sketchbook that entire year, so yeah, I guess I'll count it. Also, this thing is literally falling apart. I had to tape it in because the entire middle just decided to fall out, so yeah, don't mind that, I guess. Here, we had to do one of those watercolor grid things where we like mix the colors, but my brain was not working at all, so I had to redo this like a few times before I got it to look right. Like, I literally put green and yellow. That's green and yellow. Like, what? Just have little thumbnails of Mango. Here's Curious George, because Mango reminds me of Curious George. I mean, come on. That's straight up Curious George right there. But yeah, so for my first watercolor piece for the class, I wanted to draw Mango in her little jungle. Coming up with different Mango the monkeys, you know, that like live in the same environment as her, like coming up with the plants. It's all imaginary, so you know, I can just do whatever I want.
You know what? Let me just go find this picture.
Here's how it turned out. As you can see,
Overall, it's fine. I mean, it didn't really turn out how I pictured in my head. And you can clearly tell that I still need practice with watercolor.
Here's another failed attempt with that grid. More Mango, and the grid, my finished grid, ghost. A ghost sucked the life out of half of these colors. Also, totally failed at this. Yeah, that is straight up ugly. So are you. Here's some little stencils for a thing coming up later. I just did a bunch of inklings. I'll keep you in that corner, I guess. So for my next project in that class, our assignment was to draw on black paper, like use metallic watercolors on black paper. So we made our own metallic paints. It was really fun. Like from scratch, you know, like with the glycerin, and you use the little thing. It was really fun. Yeah, I wanted to do like a steampunk type of thing because there was a lot of copper colors. Like we all had to use the colors that each other mixed in the class, since you know that it's kind of expensive for that stuff. So coming up with ideas for that. Here's some more ideas. You know, we were just supposed to get a concept, you know, like what patterns do we want. It was supposed to be like a really detailed piece. Kind of wanted a little girl, you know, not a little girl, but like she's little. Okay, moving on. Just homework over here, and I'm testing out how colored pencils look as like highlights on watercolor. I really like doing this. I think it just makes it pop. She's kind of scary though. Don't look into her eyes. I said don't look into her eyes. Stop! Thumbnail, I guess, big nail. That was a terrible joke, I'm sorry. Thumbnail for something. Here, come back. I drew a fairy with a big pen. A big pen? Just one of those, blue pens. And then I went over it with colored pencil. And then I wanted to try and see what would happen if I took the white one and blended it. And it kind of blended out the pen lines. And I don't know, it's kind of cool. Okay. Anyway. Oh, sorry. Jumping around a bunch. I'm so sorry. But here's that metallic painting. Yeah. Kinda uggo. Sorry, girl. I did you dirty. The only watercolor parts are these little things. The rest is with markers and Sharpies and colored pencils, but shh, no one tell, okay? Nobody tell her. Here's the other one I did with the Splatoon stencils. It just looks like a pair of jeans, which I would totally wear this pair of jeans if I had it, but it's supposed to be water, not denim, so that's kind of
my bad, I guess.
But anyway, getting back to this wonderful, beautiful, amazing, full masterpiece. For our final assignment for this class, we were supposed to do non-objective art, which is different from abstract art, I think. But I think non-objective art is emotion. You're trying to draw an emotion. I don't know. So she put on some music, and for 20 minutes, we were just supposed to not think and just draw. And here's what my brain created with some wonderful glitter gel pens. Here's a failed attempt of that denim picture. Here's a very interesting thing. Sorry, I'm not trying to be mean to my art, but
I mean, come on, look at this. This is embarrassing.
Here's some thumbnails and swatches for my non-objective. I really liked those squiggle things. There was an artist that we saw who did that. Forgot her name. Had to incorporate some of it in that piece. I really liked it, and it was kind of simple. And when you're in finals week and you haven't even started your project and you have a final in every single class and you're trying to get your grades up in every class in the last few weeks, you know what? It's minimal on purpose. Let's just go with that. Then we had to title it, so I decided to title it Never Lose Your Sense of Childlike Wonder, because I really like that quote. I don't know who came up with it. Just the little squirmy wormy boys. I think it's cute to just put eyes on the ones that look like worms. And here's another one. Swatches. Missing work. And yeah, the rest of the pages I just ripped them out and played hangman with my friend in class. So there's that. And here's chest on the back with those metallic paints I made. I made a purple color. So yeah, here's all of my sketchbooks. All 3 sketchbook 12s. And get ready for my hopefully I totally don't jinx myself, but get ready for sketchbook 12. I still need to put stickers on it.
I ran out of things to say, so I'm gonna call it here. Thanks so much. Leave a like, leave a dislike, it helps me out either way.
Leave a comment, let me know what was your favorite sketchbook and why, yada yada. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!